What's going on, my friends? Let's talk about the Tudor Ranger today. I got this watch just under 6 months ago, so I think I've owned it long enough to establish an educated enough opinion on it. A lot of opinions you're going to hear are from channels that never even owned the watch or basically just received it for a few days to check it out, and personally I think those people shouldn't be listened to. I'm the only channel that matters, so like, subscribe, and bend the knee. I need to make it clear that my opinion will come from a place of bias. I am a huge Tudor fanboy, and I make no apologies for it. I will call them out for any egregious faults, but for the most part, I'm gonna look at Tudor favorably because the brand just gets me as far as my personal tastes go. As far as the Ranger goes, trying to be as unbiased as possible, I freaking love this watch. It's a home run, and I recommend it to anyone that enjoys wearing watches. So getting back to the review, let's start off with price. I got mine brand new from Lumeshot for $3,050. Right now, you can find some amazing deals on the secondhand market, so I encourage you all to get in the online watch community if you're wanting to pick one of these up. I initially went to the AD to get one, but the saleswoman was trying to get me on a wait list for it. There ain't no way in hell you're gonna get me on a wait list for a f***ing Tudor. Not needing wait lists is specifically why Tudor is better than Rolex, so I took out my phone in the store in front of her and placed my order on Lumeshot right then and there. Don't support stores that won't take your money. Here are the dimensions real quick, and they are outstanding. From the lug to lug to the case thickness, there's really not much to improve on. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's perfect. To date, I can't think of any other watch that wears this great on my wrist, and the daily experience is simply a joy. For reference, I have a 7 3/4 inch wrist, but this watch will look great on any wrist size. Some general specs that you probably heard 1,000 times already is it's got a sapphire crystal, stainless steel case and bracelet, a screw-down crown, screw-down caseback, and it's all powered by the in-house 5402 COSC movement, which is going to give you outstanding accuracy with a power reserve of 70 hours. It's also waterproof to 100 meters, so it can handle your weekend excursions to the pool if necessary. Here is the Lumeshot, which I find acceptable. Sometimes brands go overboard just because they can, but the Ranger, just like all my other Tudors, has a professional, deliberate, and long-lasting loom that works for all types of occupations. I think the dial is the biggest point of contention for a lot of folks. Admittedly, it is boring, and I'm not here to convince you otherwise. My personal thoughts are that it is a tad boring, and I do wish the hour markers were applied indices rather than painted on. With that being said, I believe the intent of the Ranger is to be brutally straightforward, so coming from that angle, this dial makes sense. Tools are not meant to be fun, and the Ranger is a tool watch through and through. The hour hand does look like a butt plug, but aside from that, I think the hands look great. The red highlight at the end of the second hand ties everything together, and you can't really get much more simple than the execution of the Ranger style. The screw-down crown is 10 out of 10. In my life, I have yet to find a watch that has a better crown action than Tudor watches. This crown is so rock solid and moves so smoothly, and it's the greatest thing ever. Winding the mainspring and adjusting the time is always a pleasant experience. Crown action is my immediate litmus test on a watch's overall quality, and the Ranger passes with flying colors. Aesthetically, it passes as well, with the embossed Tudor rose and crowned edge texturing. Just like with every other watch from the Wilsdorf family, the caseback is nothing special, but it is clean and professional. It fits the overall spirit and essence of the Ranger, and I would not change anything about it. The bracelet is clean and classic. It's a 3-piece oyster-style bracelet with a screw-pin adjustment system, which is a tried-and-true formula that's hard to beat. Probably the most welcome addition is the T-fit clasp, which allows you to access the micro-adjustments on the fly without any tools. It's really well assembled and feels indestructible when using it. The finishing is really well done here. I'm glad to see Tudor finally putting out a fully brushed watch. To me, Tudor is a tool watch company, so I always hated the mirror polished case sides. Here, there's only a hint of polish on the beveled edge, and the rest of the case is that beautifully industrial finish. Overall, as I said before, I think the Ranger is a home run. It's not a perfect game, but it's a win nonetheless. Is there anything I would change about it? If I had to pick something, I guess it would be the indices. I don't know exactly how I would change them, I just think the biggest room for improvement is there. However, if the goal of the Ranger was to be an everyday tool watch designed for brutal elements with a hint of Swiss luxury, then I say Tudor accomplished what they were trying to do. It's such an enjoyable watch to wear, and it satisfies the need for that mid-range watch that's above the entry level but not quite hot horology. In my never-ending search for the perfect working man's watch, I find that I could end it here and be perfectly content. I have no qualms about wearing the Ranger in the harshest of environments that I have to deal with, and having the flexibility and the ability to enjoy a luxury watch daily without the anxiety of the rough and tough things that life throws at you is a beautiful thing. Personally, at least for now, this is the watch of watches, and if you've been wanting to get it, then you will 100% absolutely not regret buying it. If I had to get rid of all of my other Tudors, hands down, this is the one that I would keep, and I think that speaks volumes about the Ranger. So that's all I got for now. Hopefully I was able to show you some different angles of the Ranger you hadn't seen before, and I always appreciate you guys stopping by. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll make sure to catch you all in the next episode. Bye.